A Tulsa attorney's complaint about a Tulsa County judge's actions will be decided by the Oklahoma Supreme Court. It all started with a local lawsuit we told you about in May involving 3 city councilors allegedly texting during a committee meeting.
Now, Fox 23 investigative reporter Jana Clark shows us how that case took a turn. It's her latest Fox 23 investigation.
City Councilor Grant Miller works for a Tulsa law firm. That law firm is suing other city councilors. The suit started because of text messages about Miller. It started with a text, then another text, and another during this March 22nd City Council committee meeting. If you look closely, you can see the councilors texting. These 3 city councilors, Vanessa Hall Harper, Lori Dector Wright, and Laura Bellis, texted each other after Councilor Grant Miller asked this.
Suppose we were to allocate around $10 million to solving homelessness.
Court records say Miller noticed Councilor Wright roll her eyes, smirk, and pick up her phone, and then start typing on her phone.
And then I hear ding, look, smile, rolls her eyes, and then texts back, ding, and then a third counselor picks up her phone, smiles. I'm like, they're talking about what we're talking about at the table right here, but they're not doing it out loud.
After that meeting, Miller asked to see those text messages with an open records request. Here they are. Wright texted this to Hall Harper and Bellis. $10 million Gilcrease money for housing. Then she texted, Miller is ridiculous. Bellis texted back, ridiculous. When that was happening, what did you think about that?
The ironic thing is I thought, this is ridiculous. Why are you, whatever you have to say about it, why are you not saying it out loud, right? It turns out they were saying I was ridiculous, but say that out loud, right? I'm sitting here, I'll say this in front of the cameras. I think it's ridiculous for people to be texting about city business in the middle of a meeting, right?
The particular text messages that started this all were about them texting about something about Grant Miller. But what people miss is that they're doing this about every piece of city business.
That's why attorney Ronald Durbin filed a lawsuit about it in May. Councilor Miller is not in the lawsuit.
No, he's not in the lawsuit.
It was actually Reverend Freeman Culver, president of the Greenwood Chamber of Commerce, who filed it.
Reverend Culver steps up and says, look, this transparency is important. Let's go see if we can do something about it and get a decision that says councilors should not be talking in meetings, and if they got something to say, they should vocalize it so everybody can hear it. That's the purpose of an open meetings. If you can text in it, are you having an open meeting?
Durbin says he made the city an offer to avoid a lawsuit. Is it true that you told city leaders if you will pass a law that says we're not going to text anymore in city meetings that you would not file this lawsuit?
Sure. Our offer was very, very simple. Stop having these meetings. Stop having these text communications. And when you're in a city council meeting, put your phones in a lockbox and pay attention to city council work. That's it.
After you make this offer, what was the response?
Silence, crickets. I reached out to them time and time again.
Several months into the lawsuit, Durbin filed an injunction, then told the judge's clerk he wanted to withdraw it. He says Tulsa County Judge Tracy Pretty and the defense attorney met anyway without him.
She goes in there and conducts a ex parte, without me present, communication and hearing with the opposing counsel on a motion that had been withdrawn.
Durbin recorded this video when he went to the courthouse to complain to Judge Pretty.
The fact that y'all had conversation ex parte after I left is highly inappropriate. So this is my Rule 15 request that you recuse from this matter now.
Okay. Well, first of all, you didn't come tell me that you were withdrawing the motion.
I told your clerk.
You told her.
Okay.
Durbin says after that, he saw these court minutes the judge had first put in disappear. Then this court order showed up in the minutes, a different version.
Once a court record is put into the system, it should not be alterable. Under Oklahoma law, it is our position that it is a government record.
Durbin says when the judge wouldn't recuse herself from the case, he took the issue to the Oklahoma Supreme Court to see if they would hear it. In July, they said yes.
Should courts be allowed to delete and alter orders without preserving the former records? That's it.
The Supreme Court's not just going to be looking at this particular case, they're going to be looking at the issue in general.
They're going to look at this specific case, but their findings are going to have broad, far-reaching implications.
I asked Judge Pretty about this. She said in this email she cannot do an interview, that she's not legally allowed to comment publicly. As for those text messages sent by city councilors during the meeting, Councilors Bellis and Hall Harper told me they could not talk about this either because of the lawsuit. I haven't heard back from Councilor Wright. Durbin says he's just fighting for transparency.
How can we get the government to do the job of the people if they can hide what they're doing from the people?
I will continue to follow this case and let you know what happens. Covering news that matters, Jana Clark, Fox 23 News.
Do you have a tip or issue that you think Jana Clark should investigate? Let us know. Email fox23investigates@fox23.com or call 918-388-5354 or search Fox 23 Jana Clark on Facebook.